Now, Conor Benn sat down with Piers Morgan in an exclusive interview on Talk TV last night. Lucky I wasn't doing the interview. It was his first interview following his positive drug test last year. Piers questioned Ben about how it feels to be branded a drug cheat.
Yeah, it's hurt me. Yeah, it's been it's hurt me. This has. Yeah.
How badly?
I didn't think I was going to make it through this period. I didn't think I was going to make it through. There was shame for something I hadn't even done. It's hard because it was like I felt like I was on death row for something I ain't even done. If I had done something wrong, I'm human. I raised my hands to it. I made a mistake. Whatever it is, my personal life, whatever it is, I raised my hands. Never this. And I felt like 7 years of hard work and sacrifice and leaving my family and the image I maintained was just, ruined at somebody else's incompetence. It was, it's been hard for the family.
When you say you didn't think you'd make it, what do you mean?
I didn't think I would, I was taking it day by day. I didn't think I'd see another day.
You were feeling suicidal?
Yeah, I'd say so, yeah. Yeah, and it upsets me now because I don't know how I got so bad. I got in a really bad way, babe. You got to remember, if you think I'm innocent or if you don't think I'm innocent, I am innocent.
Let's assume for a moment your theory is right. It's a theory. It's not proven scientifically yet and hasn't been ratified by any governing body. But if your theory is right, it was contaminated, it would prompt the question, well, why? Who would want to do that?
It would be the only way it would be contamission if it is.
In whose interest is it to ruin this great fight?
I'm not saying it was deliberate. What, in the lab? I'm not saying it was deliberate. It may be an error in the testing. I'm not saying deliberately. I'm not saying that anyone's in the labs deliberately done this. I'm not saying that at all, but it may be an accident. It may be an error.
There are millions and millions of pounds at stake here, dollars, wherever you decide.
Does this all sound, from what I've said about the testing, manipulation, manufacturing, casino evidence, from what I'm saying to you, does that sound...
Listen, you sound like you have a welter of information, but I cannot for the life of me understand why you wouldn't then give it to the governing body. It's down to them whether you fight in this country again.
Yeah.
I don't understand that. That to me makes no sense.
Because I can get a licence elsewhere.
A reminder, we'll talk about that in a sec. Reminder, listen back to Piers' interview with Conor Benn in full on the Piers Morgan Uncensored YouTube channel. You can head over to Talk TV on Sky 522, Virgin 606, Freeview 237 and the Talk TV iOS and Android apps. I watched it all, actually, last night. I was flicking between that and the football.
I had the football on.
Well, I actually had the football on mute on my iPad, but this on the telly. But that last question by Piers Morgan about he just doesn't understand why he just doesn't hand over this dossier to the governing body to prove his innocence, and he won't do it. I can't for the life of me understand if he is innocent and he's got proof, why he wouldn't put it out there.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense.
It makes no sense whatsoever.
Because, it's like, it used to be you're innocent and proven guilty, but now you're guilty until you're proven innocent. That's how it's changed.
Well, he's been proved guilty,
yes.
So fine, a lab, right?
So it's almost like, if I'm in this situation and I know deep down, wholeheartedly, that I've not done anything wrong and that I've got a dossier, whatever it is, that proves that I'm innocent, I would give that to absolutely every single person who's willing to read it, to go, listen, I proved you wrong. But the fact that he won't give it and then he says, well, I can get a licence anywhere, that's why I'm so sceptical about this whole thing.
Yeah, me too.
It just doesn't make any sense because you want to. He's been so adamant that he is innocent. He's innocent. He's innocent. That's the opportunity to go. All right, well, I've proved it all. Here you go. You now tell the world you owe me an apology.
One thing he did say in the interview, we didn't play it there, but he said, like, Piers Morgan said, what about to change the public perception? And he said they've already made their mind up. And I'm thinking, well, if I've made my mind up and I'm thinking he is guilty, and then he hands in proof proving he's not, my perception instantly changes.
Of course it does. You go, okay, fair enough. Of course, you're going to get some people out there that will definitely say, I don't care what he shows me now, I think he's a cheat, and that's just life.
Yeah.
But for him, for his own kind of well-being, and he spoke about in there about his mental state and that he was close, I think, to ending it, I think he said in the interview. You've got an opportunity there now when you've got this dossier to hand that over. I'm not saying that will go, but all of a sudden now you're in a lot better place because now the whole world knows, listen, he is innocent. But the fact he just says, oh no, I'll get a boxing licence elsewhere and doesn't want to hand that over, it just doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense to me why you wouldn't want to clear your name here.
Yeah, that's the number one priority for him and anyone in that position is clear your name.
Clear your name.
If you've got proof and you're not giving it,
what proof have you got,
makes
really?
no sense
whatsoever.
And also he talks about the heartache he's gone. I totally get it. I totally get, he contemplated suicide. I understand all that, which is horrific, right? But if you've got the opportunity to prove that you are innocent and make all that go away.
Make everyone eat humble pie.
Yeah.
You've got the opportunity right there.
I mean, he had a spat. I can only read certain words. He had a spat with Chris Eubank Jr.
I'll read it all.
Chris Eubank Jr. said, I was 99% sure Conor Benn was a cheat, but after watching that interview with Piers Morgan, I'm now 100% sure. Imagine failing 2 drug tests and then trying to play the victim. The kahunas, I've toned that down, the kahunas on this kid, or should I say the eggs on him. And then Conor Benn has come back and says, you're sat there trying to play the victim, but tried blackmailing me for £1 million. You, and I've toned this down, nasty person.
But you know what's mad though, is that, I mean, we don't know about the whole blackmailing thing, but at the end of the day, Chris Eubank Jr. hasn't done anything wrong. Hasn't cheated, made the weight, looked like he struggled to make the weight, but he made it. So he's not cheated, but honestly, that as you said there, Andy, is the most bonkers thing, is that you've got the opportunity now to clear your name.
If he was to exaggerate a point to prove a point, all right, Jason Cundy's favourite saying, but I love it. If he was in prison for a crime that he wrongfully committed, or he was down, and he had proof of his innocence,
you get that as fast as you can.
He wouldn't sit in jail, would he? Go, oh, I'd rather just sit here. Maybe I can. Yeah. You want to get out as quick as possible.
Or I hope they transfer me to another prison in another country.
Yeah, I don't get that.
Makes no sense.
If you're innocent, prove it as quickly as you can.
100%.
And then, as you said, we'll all eat humble pie.
talkSPORT Drive with Andy Goldstein. Monday to Friday afternoon from 4 on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.